Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham.
Hey, y'all.
Timothy J. Thurber.
Hello.
And this is State of Atlanta. Tim, I've got no idea what your middle name is, but I decided that it started with a J tonight.
It does start with a J.
It's Jay.
Hell yeah. I nailed it.
Yeah.
James. Timothy James.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Your mom loved the Bible.
At a time, yeah.
I don't know. Is Tim a name in the Bible? I don't know.
Tim? Yeah, Timothy is, yes.
Timothy is, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is that one of those books? Like chapters? Like
It's
1,
one
2,
of
3,
those
9?
books, one of those chapters, yes.
All right. I don't mean to come across as sacrilegious. All right. Thanks, guys, for waiting. This was a delayed start. I was at a expo for podcasters and YouTubers and stuff like that, learning all the tricks to the trade.
Yeah, nice. Is it valuable, you think?
I learned a few things in the little intro thing, but I was at the bar is the reason why I was late. I was drinking with podcasters.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's really
Yeah.
what it's all about is networking and learning, right?
What else do podcasters do but drink?
One of the presenters has a website called Talk Sober, and he's
Whoa.
like, I know I don't want to ridicule those that don't drink because of problems, but I will ridicule those that don't drink for no problems.
Exactly. Well, my apologies for being extra late since we're Thursday and we should do this on Tuesday. I have to go on vacation. I know. Again, I'm sorry.
Dude, Tim, we only give you a hard time because we want your life.
Yeah, we're just jealous.
Exactly.
It was
100% up and down.
It was, so just real quick, it was an all-inclusive resort in Cancun or north of Cancun. And like,
No.
it was so weird not to hear any kids. And then we got to the airport to go back and there was a kid on a leash and the parents just didn't want to deal with it. And they gave it like this tambourine drum thing that it could like spin and make noises. And it just did that for like hours.
You know how I know when a parent doesn't want to take care of their kid?
A leash.
They put it on a leash.
I mean, the kid honestly wanted to get away from them every second.
Yeah, you put a kid on a leash, they want to get away from you. That makes sense.
Kind of like a dog.
All right, I don't have. What the hell are we talking about? There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Has there? Fill me in.
We have this is our last off-season episode until next week. Well, this is our last off-season episode for 2025.
Next week is a game week, huh?
We got Rebel Ride, Rebel Walk, Rebel Walk. We have Rebel Walk going to come on. Rebel Walk's going to come on and talk to us about the game in Oxford.
We have games on Saturday. This Saturday, right? First
week
games.
0 games on Saturday. Nothing. Was there anything good? I don't think there's anything good.
Iowa State, Kansas State. That wouldn't be a bad one.
Yeah. Oh, we said Ohio State, Kansas State.
Iowa State, Kansas State. It's the Ireland game that Tech was in last year.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. International games are fun. International college. I get international NFL games, and I even get Notre Dame playing in Dublin. I don't otherwise get college football international games. Makes no sense to me.
I don't know. It's one of those NFL outreach type things, right? Where they're just trying to say, like, here's what we're doing to show the brand and the game to the world.
I mean, I understand, like, for the marketing aspect of just trying to, like, get more viewership, but I just don't really understand why anybody gives a crap about. They already think it's weird that our college students, quote unquote college students, play like
football
nationally, like multi-billion-dollar sports league. But I don't know.
I do too.
Yeah. Well,
it is kind of weird.
Hopefully you don't continue thinking about it because we still want it, right?
Oh yeah, I still want it for sure. That was the weird thing about the thing tonight. Everyone, like, people do all, like, one guy I'm talking to, he like that's his full job. He's a full-time podcaster. He's like, I bought this podcast that, and he manages it and all this other stuff he does. And another woman does a podcast all about just moving, tips and tricks for moving.
That's
it. Like, who subscribes to that for more than like one move?
Your in-depth
how do you keep
box episode where you learn how to select the right box.
Hey, well, we could do an episode of selecting the right box. No, but like, I was just like, I understand how niche our podcast is. Like, I was telling them, like, they're talking about trying to get 10,000 views for an episode. I'm like, I'm trying to get 10,000 fans inside of a stadium.
Yeah.
So
we're trying to have a good win rate with our small fan base, right?
Well, we live and die by I think this is what Ryan said when we first started. We live and die by the performance of the team on the field. So
let's hope it's a good one.
Yeah, but I mean, I was just telling my psychiatrist today that this is like
Chat
just
GPT.
no, but he did suggest some chat GPT. Not necessarily for psychiatry, but no, it was just telling him like it, the fact that we don't have a ton of listeners just yet doesn't really bother me. Like this has just been a good way to like hang out with you guys, Like it's just good for my mental health to have this like thing that I do that's not just sitting around whatever. Like it's a social thing that I do, It's good.
Really good outlet for all of us.
We
No.
tolerate you too, Ryan.
Okay.
So there was I think we should just jump right into it. There's huge Georgia State news.
Huge.
Georgia State college football now has 2 national championships under their belt.
I mean, we have since that second one, really.
Right. Since 28?
We're in a bit of a drought.
Something like that.
Bit of a drought.
I mean, so is the school we were part of.
Whatever. No, 1917, 1928.
40.
I mean, is that the last Georgia Tech championship too?
Well, it's the last one that matters. It's the last
Oddly.
time that Georgia State was part of, or the Evening School of Commerce was part of Georgia Tech. So the whole thing is Auburn decided to go back and claim, what was it, 4, 5, 6, 7
Some
national
crazy amount.
championships from like yesteryear.
Absolutely ridiculous. Whole thing.
Well, you go back and look at them, and like none of them make any. There, I guess, was it 2000 claim to be made, but all the other ones, like teams had. There's more teams teams that had more wins and better wins and all that kind of garbage. Yeah. So anyhow,
Wait, how do you claim something when you don't even play in the game? That was 2004.
right.
So how do you claim that? That was the whole Reggie Bush thing, Ryan, by the way. So they got to vacate their BCS national championship.
Was that what that one was?
Yeah, so that year was basically unclaimed in a way. Don't you think it should go to the team that lost the BCS national
Losers suck.
championship? No, you should just give it to someone else.
Give it to Auburn.
Why don't we claim it?
Well, wait, no, they won all the way there, and then the only person who beat them was a cheater.
Everyone
So,
cheats.
yeah.
Everyone was cheating.
Well, they weren't
then.
even in the title.
Well, the
game.
only people that beat them got caught for cheating.
Keyword caught. The SEC. If you vacated all wins because of cheating, the SEC would be like the worst conference in all of college football.
There'd be no
Probably
wins.
true. That seems accurate.
My words to God's ears, right? No, so Auburn claimed a bunch of championships. So I think that when Georgia State was Evening School of Commerce, part of Georgia Tech, from 1913 to 1940, what it was, Tech won 2 national championships. Georgia State has every right to claim a slice of those national championships.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, we were Georgia Tech, and we won national championships. That makes sense.
We should put those on
weren't
the back of our stadium on those boards.
They weren't even the Yellow Jackets yet.
What were they?
They were the Golden Tornado.
Whoa.
What?
like-
That sounds like a sex move.
I mean, that seems like it sounds like a terrible sex move.
It sounds like it's a sex move that I do not want to partake in.
Yeah, right. Also, it seems like a tornado would like destroy a bee.
A Yellow Jacket.
Whatever, they don't know the difference, so why should
They
I?
don't. Well, congratulations, guys. We are 2-time national champions.
Nice. Congratulations
us-
to you too, David.
It's us, the best team in the Sun Belt, which we knew that already.
And you are currently a student at a national champion.
Yeah.
I need to make that shirt.
You need to
and
make
wear
a
that
shirt.
to
You do.
class. My first day. So next time that we do this podcast, I will be
It'll be
educated.
fully attended.
fully attended. I got a class on Monday next week.
I love it.
Fancy.
They still don't have the book listed on the bookstore about which book I need to have.
Just show up.
I mean, you might not need one.
I mean, it's U.S. history, and at this point, I probably lived through most of it.
Good point. Good point. I like that.
Yeah, it didn't say ancient history, so it's not like it's something that Norm would be part of.
Which you're only, you would only, ancient history, you're only part involved there. You wouldn't go
Yeah.
all the way back.
Yeah, I'm not modern history. I know that I'm further back than that. I'm just history. All right, I told you guys I needed help with what we're talking about tonight. I'm scanning my
Your tabs.
my open tabs. What do you guys
I know,
got?
I dropped a note about the, Coach A.D. McGee putting out the videos. There was like a new one a couple days ago. I think that was for Ted Hurst, and
Yeah.
it was really well done. And I thought shed some good light on like why he stayed, and it really to me, and I had to read between the lines, but it really seemed like the staff really has just like made a place for him that is right where he wants to be, and has been like, really flexible with him, and been like, look, what are you trying to do out here? We're going to put you in a position to do that. And like, I don't know, that to me, that just seems like it was very empowering, so like to me that makes sense why you might stay, because you go to a P5 school and they're just going to be like, no, you're doing what we tell you to do, because like that's it, that's
Yeah.
what you do,
There were
which is
some
going to be
rumors.
riding the bench maybe.
I guess there's some rumors that maybe his mom had something to do with it too. Like she really liked Georgia State and the coaches, and she really wanted to see him continue working with this coaching staff. But I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't watch the whole video yet. I'm like 2 minutes in. I didn't realize it was a 5-minute plus video. My attention
I think, yeah,
span
it's
these days is like 3 minutes tops.
I saw that, and I saw a press conference, and I was like, I want to know more about Ted Hurst. I don't. That press conference is gonna. I don't know who
Well,
the hell knows what that is.
We talked about how there's going to be kind of like everything reaches some kind of equilibrium,
Right.
and all of science and nature and life and everything that goes on, and that's why the two political parties are so close to each other right now, because we're reaching that equilibrium. And I think with Hurst, I think what's kind of come to light here is, yeah, Hurst, you can go to a P5, P4 school and be there, that third wide receiver, or you can, second or third, whatever, or you can stay at Georgia State. You can be that wide receiver number one, and we're going to feature you. We're going to feed you that ball in every single game, and you're going to have a highlight reel that NFL draft scouts are going to be like, look at this guy. This guy can make it happen. And that's more valuable than maybe 2 or 3, targets a game somewhere else that's a, bigger program, a, more storied program. He's going to up his, because Ted Hurst is going in the draft.
Yeah,
he's going to be the next drafted.
He's going to be on the Falcons.
Oh, he better go to the Falcons, man. I don't want Drake London to go down, but if he does, Ted Hurst, take that spot right there. No, Ted Hurst is going to go in the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of right now how high he goes. And do you go higher by being that second or third string at a P4 program? Or do you go higher being, look at Ashton Gentry at Boise State. The guy was a Heisman finalist, probably honestly should have won the Heisman. But you can really showcase your talent by being at a G6 program more so than you can at a P4.
I know the coaches said they were going to simplify the playbook for, this season, but I hope they have come up with some unique, creative ways to get him the ball. Because, look, we know the Sun Belt is going to be all over him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He might even get doubled at times just to stop him from getting the ball. Now, if he's amazing, obviously it won't matter. He'll get the ball anyway. But I hope the coaching staff realizes that he may have some difficult coverage, drop some plays that are unique, that can get him the ball in ways that normally wouldn't happen in a game.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. I think that's what was kind of conveyed in that video, was like they committed to him that you stick around here and we will design this offense around a way. We're not going to let you get double coverage. We're gonna put some guys there right with you. We're gonna draw off some defenders. We're gonna make it work, and we could see a very exciting passing game this season. We're going to throw the ball like 80 times a game. That's probably too high.
We've seen it, like when the Falcons had Julio, he had, when he started his downfall, right? It was the beginning of the end for him, but like there were still like multiple seasons where he wasn't getting targeted a lot, but it was because he was getting double covered and they were just passing it to the next guy because he wasn't covered. And it was like, why wouldn't we do that?
Yeah. Huge Falcons fan. Hardcore Falcons fan. People, all the hype on Julio Jones, I'm not buying it.
There were a few years where he deserved the hype, and then he really fell off. But he was really good when he was good.
Like, like what I liked about him is when he wasn't scoring touchdowns or wasn't getting passes, he was like, I remember him talking like in the locker room. They're asking like, "Oh, you didn't get targeted at all this game," and he's like, "Did we win?" I'm like, well, yeah, you won the game. He's like, "I don't care." He's been that team player mentality. I get it.
But
okay. Still does not show me that you're the best wide. People talk about him being the best wide receiver of all time.
I'm like,
no,
that's a bit far.
That's silly. That's silly. He was really good, but he's not
He
he's not the
did.
best of all time.
an-
That's silly.
He's an athletic beast. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know. He's not my top receiver for the Falcons.
Right.
I don't know who that is.
Even in the Falcons, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, but even during his time, like Odell was better.
Yeah, Roddy White. I'll take Roddy White.
Roddy
Well,
was pretty good.
he was more of a role player. Like he just did well with whatever they put him in. He could block well. You know, he ran the ball all right. He was just a good all around, but he wasn't as good of a receiver, I think, as Julio.
I know. I would take Roddy. I would take Roddy White every day, twice on Tuesdays.
Yeah, maybe.
I just go back to that Super Bowl catch with the toes right on the line. That was
solid. That was solid.
Not that we
what was
won, but
that game?
still, that was
How that game go for us?
well. We didn't run the ball, so there. That's your answer.
Goddamn malarkey. What's his
And,
name?
Julio in his game against Georgia State when he was still at Bama. That was fun to watch.
That's true. That was a good.
My eyes were on Albert Wilson in that game. So
That one wraparound touchdown.
Well, they had talked about
tell me more the
they
wraparound.
painted like a line somewhere in the stadium where they knew that's where like his hand could go to or something, and so like the quarterback knew if they threw it at that line, then he could jump to it.
I think
That's
there
crazy.
was a game that we won because like they were San Francisco, whoever we were playing, they were throwing a Hail Mary, and so they put Julio Jones out on defense
To be like a
as
corner,
as a cornerback, and yeah, he got the interception.
because like he can
In the
jump
end
higher
zone.
than your guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is no disrespect to Julio Jones. He is obviously a phenomenal beast. I just don't think he's as great.
Where's he now?
He's retired.
Yeah,
Man, really?
he's
was
not the
with
best of all time. He was never the best. He was never the best while he was playing. Even like we're not going to talk about best of all time, but out of the receivers that played at the same time as him, he's not the best.
He was a solid player to throw to, though. I mean, I would
He's
want
great.
him in there. Yeah,
He
Yeah.
lost me a lot of fantasy games. Maybe that's where
that's what it is.
my
It's your fantasy production.
Well, he was getting double covered, and they were throwing the ball to somebody else.
I want
Yeah.
to get double covered at some
Which-
point in my life.
Which I mean, this
You
could
never-
this could happen with Hurst, right? I mean, he could get doubled, and then someone else can step up. And I hope we have wide receiver 2 ready to go and ready to help pull the pressure off, and then make it single coverage so that Hurst can get the ball again. You know,
Right.
man, I'm feeling good about this season.
Well,
The blue Kool-Aid's flowing.
And I think keeping it simple is the right
Yeah.
thing. Like in most things, like when you bring things boil things down to the basics and make it really easy, keep it simple, and just do the really simple things really well, typically you're going to be better than everyone else, right? You start going crazy and doing weird things and people start making more mistakes. Like you don't need to make it complicated. It's at the end of the day, you're just running a ball and throwing a ball and catching a ball, you know? It's like, come on now.
And hopefully you're throwing it at the right person and you're running in the right direction. Yeah. So this is our last episode before we get into like weekly episodes, talking to like Ole Miss, and we got an Ole Miss pod, we got a Memphis pod, Murray. We'll find a guy named Murray, and we'll select to him and be like, "What's
How
your
do you
state
feel
like?"
about your name?
Where is Murray State in Tennessee or Kentucky? I think it's in Kentucky.
Well, they're racers, so Kentucky would sound right.
With the horse season and everything.
I think so.
We have some people lined up for future episodes against our opponents. So this is our last time to really just like talk smack about everything that's going on, give our opinions on the season. Where are you guys feeling? Where are you guys? I don't think that's proper English. How you guys feel about the season? Are we going to be everyone has us picked as best case scenario 6th in the East of the Sun Belt?
Ugh,
I
keep
think we're
hearing
better
that.
than that. Where do you guys think we fall in the season?
Ryan?
I just can't claim to know. It's just so up in the air, and like who knows what our quarterback situation looks like, because like last year it was hit or miss, right? We were like hot and cold and not very hot even when we were. So it's like and it's sort of the same cast, it feels like, too. So I'm like, hopefully it's clicked for one of those guys and like they can figure it out.
Tim?
I want to say we'll get to 6 this year. This is the second year McGee. He's got a good class coming in. I figure we find a way. Hey, look, ESPN has us projected to beat James Madison right now. That's all I want to say. And
Are they
app.
really?
And the app.
Nice.
What's
At homecoming.
No, App State's homecoming.
That's what I said. He said and App, and I said at
Oh, and App.
homecoming.
Wait. All of a sudden, wait. We've been a 1-11 team all offseason. All of a sudden, we're a 3 and I can't do math. 9 team.
It says matchup predictor according to ESPN Analytics 60.9% to beat App State.
Nice.
0.9, Ryan.
Whatever.
0.9. There's
Whatever.
a butthole in the. There's a butthole in the middle.
James Madison
Nice.
53%. Like, are you
Really?
kidding? Now they have
don't
us
believe-
losing to some other team on the schedule who shouldn't be named.
I believe it rhymes with Rash down south.
Yes,
That's actually
them.
a great name, Rash down south.
I think the further
That's
down
actually
the
a bet-
list.
Why? How do we miss this? Rash down south is a better name for them than Trash down south. Because seriously, I was talking to
STD
the.
rates.
I was talking to the other podcasters today about what we do and the podcast and everything, and I was like there were people there. They're like, you keep on saying Georgia State. What is that? And I've heard of Georgia Tech. I'm like, yeah, well, anyhow. I would made a comment about all the STDs that you get by not even having sex there, because the co-eds are lonely and the sheep are scared, and Rash down south. This may be a new one. RDS.
I love it.
I kind of like replacing the TDS, like because like pop culture wise, that's Trump derangement syndrome, and I kind of like just getting rid of that and like having a better one.
RDS.
I mean, getting rid of Trump derangement syndrome and rebranding it to
what?
Trash Down South.
I thought you meant getting rid of Trash down south for Rash and letting those guys have their TDS syndrome, whatever. Actually, that's syndrome. Let's not get into that crap.
So all right,
All right.
This is crazy. There are games on here I don't get. Maybe this thing's backwards. It has ODU with a 61% chance of beating us.
Right now, and I know we've lost to them, I don't think we should ever lose to Old Dominion.
I don't either. Going back to the CAA days,
Never.
They're talking all their trash.
Yeah, they were so like, we wrote the book on how bad it is to move from FCS to FBS.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that if there is anybody that did it worse, it was Old Dominion. We should never lose them. We lost to them, I think, the past 2 years, right?
Something like that.
We have.
And I guess they're trying to make that a rivalry, because I think they've been our last game of the season. This would be the third year in a row.
It makes sense because like when we started football and when they started football and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate them.
It makes sense to try to make that happen, but like you can't make rivalries happen. Like they kind of have to organically come about.
I
There's
don't
some
even hate
shockers.
Old Dominion. I just think we should never lose to them.
Yeah, no, I totally. I mean, I don't think we should lose to anybody, but least of all Old Dominion.
No, I mean, I'm being realistic. I think that I get it. As much as I want to be the team that never loses a game ever again, that's not realistic. We're going to lose games. I get it. Old Dominion is not one of I think we should beat Old Dominion we should lose to Old Dominion 1 out of every 10 times. Like, that should be a team that we beat 90% of the time.
It should be like Georgia Tech or something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Appy, if 2 out of every 3 games against Appy State, ecstatic. That's great. Right. Okay.
We should be
Trash on
competing
South.
with Appy, really.
Right, Trash on South is the game we should win 100% of the time. No questions. Rash down south goes down every time. Coastal, I say we win every 3 out of 4 times.
So I mean, so they have ESPN FBI has us getting 5 wins in the Sun Belt.
5 wins in the Sun Belt. So that
1
means if we
win
win
out of conference.
5, they have. Oh wait, who are the 5? So you already had
Yeah, James
Appy
Madison,
and Jimmy.
App State, not Rash, South Alabama, Coastal Carolina, and Marshall. We lose to Troy and ODU, and Rash down south.
Is that and then we assume a Murray State win.
Murray
That's
State,
6
everything
games.
else.
That's bowling again. How do you guys feel about that? You guys like
that's
that?
where I said I thought we could scrounge to. So let's go 6.
It's a tough road.
It's a daunting schedule.
There was Brady from Thursday night and Panther Talk did an article where he broke down. He ranked the games that Georgia State was going to play.
Hardest to
Like,
easiest, or
easiest to hardest,
Okay.
and there was like 4 games he had 50-50, and my comment was like, dude, too many 50-50s. Commit, right?
To me, that sounds like you're a homer and you think we're gonna lose.
He
Right.
clarified in some tweets and everything, but it's out there. He didn't have us at 6-6. Yeah, well, I guess he had us at like 2-8-2, or no, 2-6-4, or something like that.
Oh, he left ties in there, like as
No,
as a
he calls it a 50-50. I'm calling that a tie. Yeah, you don't know.
yeah.
You don't.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I just,
We get
I'm
one
like,
point.
commit to it. And then, and I'm not hating on Brady. He's got to do what he's got to do. I'm just saying, pick it one way. But he came back and said, I think some of these, I said 50-50. I think it's more of a 45-55, and he thought most of them were not in our favor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it sounds to me
Yeah.
like a homer who has a little bit of hope, which is fine. I mean,
Well,
we're all
listen.
homers. I'm cool with. I'm not saying that in a derogatory way.
Yeah, but this is the
Can I-
great ESPN and their analytics. Come on, it's got to be right.
Can I beat
I'm pretty
our,
sure that the further down the list that ESPN gets, the more intense that random number generator gets.
AI hallucinations.
They're flipping
I,
coins.
can I beat our chest for a second?
I was worried about how that sentence was going to end.
So part of the conference tonight, they were talking about searching for podcasts on AI and how to get your podcast to show up on AI. And I never even I use AI every day. I talk to AI more than I talk to my wife. I talk to AI all the time, and I ask everything. I never thought about asking it, and I search for podcasts to talk to when we have these, our opponents. Right? Never thought about asking AI about podcasts to talk to. So I was like, but I talk to my chat GPT all the time about us. I ask
knows
it
us.
anything, and it's like, you should add that in your podcast. I'm like, no, I'm talking about work shit. Whatever. Anyhow, I pulled up a browser window where I was not logged into chat GPT, so it did not know anything about me. And I asked it, what are the podcasts that cover Georgia State? And it gave me Dave's podcast, and it was another Georgia State athletics thing that it came up with, and it had us. It had us as a
Nice.
podcast to follow. It did not have Thursday, and it did not have sidelines.
Ooh.
And that is, I'm going to reach out to Brady. I'm going to reach out to Mac, and I'm be like, guys, I don't know what we did, but somewhere along the lines, we got some things on the internet to get us picked up on this AI thing. Y'all need to do something, because if they do better, we do better.
You probably taught it all about us when you were asking it all the questions that you were, when you were conversating about State of Atlanta. It was learning.
Yeah, maybe so, but I thought that my conversations were private. But they're not private with my wife, so I don't know why they're private with ChatGPT.
No. You need to take some internet security courses, and like you're not supposed to share private information with ChatGPT because it saves it and stuff.
It's kind of weird. Like I'll ask ChatGPT all these kind of things about different stuff, and it'll always bring up the state of Atlanta in there. Like I'm like, no, I'm asking something unrelated to, like, I want to know like generic opinions on this, and it's like, as said on the state of Atlanta, or something you can do in there. I'm like,
What's like, I know what was said on State of Atlanta. I was there. I said it.
Ryan, do you know what's said on State of Atlanta? Ryan, do you know what you say on State of Atlanta?
Sometimes.
David's asking ChatGPT about a database query. It's like, you should ask State of Atlanta about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm not a robot, man. Like I don't have a memory infused in. I mean, I guess I do, but like it's failing me in a lot of ways.
Hello,
hard drive.
40. All right. Well, that's old. What else we got?
What other tabs I got? I just invented one with ESPN FPI giving us 6 wins.
That's awesome.
Nuts.
6 wins.
The fact that I'm feeling down on the Coastal game now, even though it's supposed to be a gimme, but their quarterback is no longer starting, I guess, and so they don't have a quarterback, or they're finding one, and I'm like, they're gonna find one during our game, and they're gonna lose every freaking game before us. I almost messed up, and then they're gonna find their quarterback in our game and turn their season around.
Well, that's what happens to teams from Atlanta. I get it.
Exactly.
But the name of the quarterback is Emmett Brown. And if I were to have picked the name of my son, it would have been Emmett, because I would have called him Doc, because Emmett Brown is Christopher Lloyd's character in Back to the Future, Doc Brown. And I told Kim, I was like, I want to have a Doc Brown as a kid, so I would name my kid Emmett. So that guy, now he's a Coastal guy. I'm like, screw you, guy.
You
You
could
ruined my
still
kid.
call your kid Doc. You know, Emmett doesn't like shorten into Doc or anything. It's just a nickname. It's a good one.
Yeah,
Doc
but
Brown.
I mean, I would have dressed that kid in so many like weird doctor's jackets and bald head with crazy white hair coming out and some plutonium. I probably would have gotten real plutonium. He probably would have died.
All right.
You know, the
Fun.
original story about the reason why Doc Brown and Marty McFly became buddies was because Doc Brown was making bootleg pornos that Marty McFly was selling to the high school students was it Hill Valley School?
That
Did
where is that? What's the
Chat
source of that?
Did ChatGPT tell you
it
this?
was in the original script that got changed many times.
I mean, that's probably a good change.
That's how he funded it. That's how he funded everything. Oh no, it's a good change. I just thought that a kid befriended old dude. They take care of the elders. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you don't have to explain the
it's getting a little
money in
creepy.
that story. Like, it's fine. It's whatever.
All right. So we're going minimum 6 and 6, Tim, is what you're saying.
Look, last year I didn't say that, so let's do it.
I haven't gone and looked at every single game, but I'm gonna take the under on that, and I don't know how far, but I'm gonna take the under.
So Ryan, you're saying we're not going to a bowl this year.
I have real concerns. Yeah. No, I do not think we're. Yeah, I think we're gonna miss.
I'm snorting lines of blue Kool-Aid packets. I think we at minimum go into bowl season 6 and 6. I think we come out with a positive record.
I mean, I could totally see 4 wins too, but
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think the hardest part is having Ole Miss and Memphis. That's why I brought it. That's why I brought up Brady's rankings. We went back and forth on Twitter a little bit about like how the schedule could be more favorable for Georgia State. I think if we had Murray State after Ole Miss, Murray is supposed to be a win, right? We never know with Georgia State. I get it. It's supposed to be a win. But if we have Ole Miss, which we're supposed to lose, but then we get the win from Murray, I think going into that Memphis game just gives the guys a little bit more encouragement that this is a game we can. But if you lose Ole Miss and then you home open with a loss at Memphis, you stumble through a Murray State game with a win.
1-2.
How much heart do you have going into that Vandy game, which I think is still a very winnable game? We did it last year, and I know that's not enough. They came back and beat Bama later on last season. I still think it's a winnable game, and I want to get out of conference no less than 2-2.
I think we're going to win one of those.
Other than the Murray one?
No, I think we're going to win one of the Memphis or Vandy.
We're beating a Tennessee team no matter what, right?
I think we're going to, because that is what we do. Like, even when we're not very good, even though I'm saying I'm taking the under on 6, right? Like, I think our team seems to be like show up to those games more so. I think there's just something exciting about playing in a game that feels more real with like teams that you've heard of and you want to play in front of that. There's a bigger crowd. It's just a lot more exciting, and I think our guys get up for it.
Right.
I think
that beating Memphis at home would be
that'd be killer.
Huge win.
It'd be amazing
for the program. Because like when we played them, what was it like? Hell, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, at
and
Memphis.
They beat the ever leaving snot out of us.
I remember watching that at a bar in Athens, and I was just like, "Let's go."
Yeah, Ryan and I were there. Ryan and I were there with Blue Fedora Andrew.
Wow.
And
hopefully they sold a lot of beer.
We had a lot of fun, I feel like.
We did. Yeah. You had your whole family there.
Yeah, some of them didn't even come out to say hi to me. Like, man, my family are jerks.
What? Wow.
Yeah. No, I saw family in the stands, and I'm waving. I was converting my nephews, who their father, their mother, are huge Memphis fans.
You're like, nah.
And I had them cheering against Memphis the entire time. I got a picture upstairs in my kitchen of my nephews cheering for Georgia State at that game. Small victories, right?
But on the players, I think, look, they know what's in front of them. They know it's going to be a tough 4-game slate. I don't think losing to Ole Miss, and then if we lose to Memphis, is going to deflate them at all. I just don't. They'd know. Now, if you lose to Murray State, yes, there'll be some deflation. going on. Because then you have round that out with Vandy, and if you lose that, you're on 4. And at that point, the players will probably be a little bit, emotionally upset about the season.
I think if we're 1-3 going into Jimmy Madison as our first conference game, Jimmy Madison is like effectively unanimously the favorite to win the East.
Yeah,
it's either them or trash down south,
Yeah, but if you knock off Jimmy Madison, you know how elated they'll feel?
I want them to feel so deflated.
I know.
I want by the end of that game that Jimmy Madison is known as Tom Brady's balls deflated.
I was like, where are we going to talk about?
Where are we going?
Well, I wasn't using those words.
I know you didn't even use that.
His footballs.
Like, you weren't even referring to that, but that's all I heard. I was like, where are we going with this? And then you said his footballs, and oh, right, that makes more sense.
Because they're deflated.
Yeah, I remember. He's a cheater.
I didn't even care about that. Like whatever. Like that is out of all controversies that have come out of the NFL, and specifically Belichick, Brady, and the Patriots, the Deflategate is like I could not care any less about that. He was throwing a soggy ball, like he threw it better than anybody else could. All right, way to go.
I was gonna say, like, how much did it change the outcome of the game? Like, what irritates me about that is they felt like they needed to do that or something. Like they did it on that they went out of their way to do that. Because I'm like, you guys already are like really good. I don't know what are we doing here? Like, why are you doing this?
If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right?
Well, I mean, I feel like having Tom Brady on your team is already sort of a cheat code, you know?
I also will say another like not hating on Julio, but like Tom Brady's obviously a fantastic quarterback. I don't think if you put Brady on the Browns during that exact same time period that they win 6 Super Bowls.
No, I mean it's a team game.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, granted, he came to Tampa and they won a championship, but they also brought in Gronk, and they were already not a horrible team.
I had that other receiver too.
Okay,
the young guy. I don't remember his name, but they had a really good receiver there besides Gronk.
I just don't. I think Tom, Hall of Fame candidate, absolutely 100%. Get in there, it'll be the hugest turnout ever for a Hall of Fame inductee. I get it. I just don't think that if you put him on another team, his stats would have been anywhere as good as what they were with the Patriots at that time. So kudos for him for being in the right place at the right time.
Well, and to defend, well, I don't know. We're maybe going to go off topic here, I guess, but the receivers for the Pats were never great. I mean, there was always Gronk, right? Gronk was, lights out.
Tight end. Randy Moss for a year or two.
Yeah, but even through the years where they had just like, I want to say mediocre wide receivers, like very good wide receivers because they're all really good, but like it was like as far as NFL goes, they had mediocre. They would take guys who like had a previous season and like bombed, and then like they'd bring them into the Pats, and all of a sudden Tom Brady's throwing to them, and they're knocking it out.
You know who would hate this conversation and would disagree with us? Dave Cohen.
Why?
He's a huge Boston fan.
Oh.
What's that? I mean, what do you mean? Why would he disagree with us? I'm not saying anything controversial.
He's a Pats and a Red Sox fan.
Okay.
He cheers for all the Boston teams.
Is he a Mets fan too?
The thing is, that's why you never took a wide receiver or a running back from the Pats during those years in your fantasy league, because he spread the ball around. Like they would all get a piece of it. No one got all of it. You wanted Gronk and you wanted Tom Brady, and you didn't care about anybody else on that team, because everybody would just. I mean, you never knew who was going to ball out. A different wide receiver would get like 3 touchdowns every game.
Yeah, I mean, actually, that was Matt Ryan for a couple of years. Matt Ryan was like just tossing. I think he has set some record for like the most touchdowns thrown to different receivers in a season, and like he threw more touchdowns like to 5 different receivers or 6. I don't know what it was. Like it may have been that Super Bowl campaign.
That Super Bowl year was the year that he was toying with being like that elite quarterback echelon talked about in the same breath as like a Tom Brady, right? And then he sort of just like he put his fingers up there and was climbing up, and then he just sort of fell.
Whoa! Yeah, I think the Falcons did a disservice to Matty Ice. He is by far the best Falcons
He was our
player.
best quarterback.
There's no contest. You will never convince me there is a better player for the Falcons than Matty Ice.
Michael
And-
Vick. Just kidding. I don't believe that.
I
Vic was good.
No. I will credit Vic to the end of days. He put the Falcons on the map. We
He
were
made him
a
entertaining as shit.
dumpster fire of a program, and he put the Falcons on the map to likes that will never be achieved again. That being said, Matty Ice is the best player that's ever played for the Falcons.
I think a lot of people would argue with you about that.
I guarantee you 95% of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium would argue with me on that on a given game day.
Well, on a given game day, yeah, but like, on game day, people are bitches.
Did we talk about last week? I don't know if this is how, when is this? August. This came out last week on Thursday. Jimmy Madison has found a loophole on how to get their university to pay for athletics. Not
for
just
them.
counting
What's that?
charging $5 billion a year for student fees. They have the School of Jimmy Madison School of Professional and Continuing Education has now become a field sponsor of the athletics program. They'll have their logo, their school name
That's
on the
pretty
athletic
cool.
field, and they're using their marketing dollars to do it. Just reallocating university dollars.
Is that school
To-
for students like you? Like the ones that just never leave? They just kind of keep on being a student forever?
School of Professional, and it sounds like it may be a special education thing. So yeah, it probably is for
So
me.
maybe for you, yeah.
Yeah, I think that lines up pretty well. What do you guys think about that? I mean, Ryan, I know that you have a lot of. I mean, it's a state school, so it's all political type, or it's all like governmental type things. I'm sure you have a lot of opinions, but Tim, what do you think about this brilliant idea
I mean,
of using purple dollars?
if it's money from the state that the department is repurposing to sponsor athletics, looks bad.
You think it looks bad, or is it a
Yes.
brilliant idea?
It's probably coming out of a marketing budget for that school already, and this is
Yeah.
like what they're doing with their marketing budget, which is marketing, right? They're not marketing. They probably got more out of it by doing this and getting press by us talking about this even.
Right, exactly. But why isn't Georgia State doing this? We got the trash company. That was another thing to talk about. GFL is now a field sponsor of Georgia State. We have zero idea about what we get out of this, but we got a field sponsor from a waste management or a environmental. I don't know what the hell they do at GFL. I thought that
Waste
was like
management, is that like the mob?
I
Yeah,
thought
that's
no,
cool.
I thought it was like a light bulb or a or some GF. I don't know what it stands for, to be honest with you, but they're sponsored. We're gonna instead of Pete Petit, we're gonna have GFL on the field this season.
Right. We got rid of Pete Petit, whatever you say, Field, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what sounds better?
That's a
Pettit or
good thing,
Petit?
right, Ryan? We got rid of that
I think for the
name.
things
Fair.
that he,
His money
for the-
spends.
I guess his money's over, right?
I mean, that's what it is. The contract ran out, so that's fine. But like,
it's 4 or 5 years.
the only reason I would be mad is about any of that is if he had offered more money than GFL and we declined it.
No, I don't think there was a reoffer. I think that after his time spent in prison, he's like, I'm not gonna waste any more money. I don't know how many more days of sunlight I have in front of me.
He's like, I've committed other crimes I haven't been caught for yet.
Oh, that'd be great. Wouldn't it be great if you went to jail for a crime and then you got pardoned for any other crimes? If you just made like a great podcast about all the shit you did, that'd be good content.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that'd be great or not.
That'd be awesome. That'd be some good
Yeah,
Netflix
but like a
documentaries.
terrible person would be free.
Yeah, but they served their time for something.
Yeah, for something, but maybe not for. I mean, like, what if they murdered a guy too?
No, who was it a Trash Down South fan? Was it a Coastal fan?
Maybe.
Was it a Saints fan?
Then you want them to not be in jail?
No, I want them to when I have like a little badge, a little award, like yay, Saints fan dead.
Oh, did they murder a Saints fan? Not is the murderer a Saints fan? Got it. Okay. All right. I was not.
I never want to celebrate a Saints fan. Oh
Yeah,
no,
I wasn't.
no.
I wasn't.
Ryan,
I was really
what kind of
confused.
what kind of animal do you think I am, Ryan?
Dude, I was confused. Okay. I didn't understand all the
I don't know if you
Ooh.
guys can notice, but I'm pretty sure that well, my wife put a new light above me, and I feel like it's been like going brighter and darker all night long.
No.
Maybe you need to keep moving so it stays on.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, no, it's staying on. It's just all right. Are we gonna do last call? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
let's move
All
it
right.
along.
Thanks everybody for listening. No, Tim, this is your thing. My bad.
Wait,
Sorry.
David, thanks for you listening and showing up tonight. We appreciate it. We're gonna take a quick break because I've been way out of booze. There's nothing in here. And head over to Last Call. If you liked what you heard or you didn't, doesn't matter. Join our Patreon anyway at patreon.com/Dave Elena. You get live stream access to Last Call, discounts on merch, group chat, adult bevs at tailgates, and maybe a new shirt offering. We don't know. It's up to David. $5
Maybe
a
some
month, I think, is all it takes.
8 national championship shirts.
I think we should.
Yes.
$5 a month, I still think. You'll become a fan of the show. We'd love to have you aboard. Say goodbye, guys.
Hi, guys.
Shout out to Matthew who upgraded his account from the $3 to make another offering available. So thank you, buddy, for that.
Ooh.
Goodbye, guys. Clicked it. There we go.